I've always been interested in the sport. I'd say mainly from my dad, and also just like growing up in Bloomington. And actually wasn't always a cyclist, I was a swimmer, and then made the transition once I knew I was actually going to IU. That's when I really started focusing on the concept of Little 5 and actually wanting to do it. Going back to my dad, he actually has like some affiliations with the team. He was a townie, so he was always around the guys, like the Cutter team during that time. I live 15 minutes away, so I'm home a lot. I should go home more, but it's really nice seeing my dad every once in a while.
Before doing Little 5, I didn't have much cycling experience at all. My family had some old mountain bikes laying around, and over COVID, my mom got a road bike and would kind of drag me along rides every other weekend or so. And she loved to remind me that when I first started cycling with her, I had to ask her to slow down. I learned about Little 5 through the friend of a friend, and together she and I tried to join a Little 5 team. That year it didn't really work out. I think the team sort of fell apart. So my sophomore year I came back to campus and was like, absolutely, I'm doing Little 5 this year, no matter what it takes. The then captain of Novus Men, Tommy Domian, reached out to me and said, hey, you're pretty good and I see you're unaffiliated still. Would you be interested in starting a team? At that point I was pretty desperate and I was like, okay, yeah, why not? Let's give it a shot.
I never really thought I was gonna ride Little 500. If I'm being honest, I played basketball in high school. I really wanted to play in college, and that was my full focus. But eventually, that dream kind of faded, and I started picking up the bike. I had been to the Little 500 race growing up because my dad coached for Kappa. My dad was one of the top riders in the field. That's kind of an ongoing joke between my teammates and I. It's like, your dad's always gonna be better than you. You're never gonna surpass him. How do you feel being the worst Naas? And it's just something that, obviously we're joking, but if we could just capitalize with a win this year, that could just have the whole Naas family be happy and proud about that.
I'm a senior, and I'm also on the steering committee, which is one of the two leadership teams within the IU Student Foundation. So steering committee oversees general members. I always really love to see all the teams, and I feel like I really got to see the race through a different lens, rather than, I feel like a lot of people think it's just like a party weekend, and kind of encouraged me to get on a bike and ride a little bit. And I was like, well, how hard can it be? Like, how hard can cycling really be? It was very hard at the beginning.
I had a pretty big role as a freshman to fulfill. I did a lot of longer sets just on the bike, chasing stuff down. I remember after my first set, I was pretty freaked out. I was coming off the bike just like screaming. I was not calm back then, and I feel like that's something that I really matured into. Put a lot of emotional attachment on my freshman year. Like, winning was gonna solve a lot of my issues that I was going through.
Have sacrificed time to the Little 500 community by being part of Riders Council, for example, and showing up to a few hours long meetings per week. I've shown myself that, you don't have to look like you'll fit in right away to find your place.
My dad's reaction when I decided to finally start cycling, obviously he's proud in whatever I do, but he just doubled down. He was in there, whatever I asked, he's there to give me advice. He really wants this win as much as we do. My mom likes to brag that she was the best Naas of Little 5 because she won the race, and I think she won ITTs, and she won maybe missing outs as well. So she's like, I'm the best winner out of all the Naases, and obviously my dad wants to put a piece of his mind in, I'll put a piece of my mind in, and at the end of the day, it's all love between us. Just that competitive spirit. If you're gonna do something, you're gonna do it to your best, and you might as well just go be a winner or whatever you're doing.
I had a team that stood out to me the most, and it was the Mezcla men's team. They were a team associated with La Casa, which is the Latino Culture Center. Then I got the opportunity to ride for Mezcla and to be part of their women's team that hasn't rode in 11 years. And instantly, as soon as I met the whole team, I just fell in love with the team, and I just knew that I needed to ride for this team, and I knew that if I didn't do it this year, then I would regret it.